The Tales of Blusterwood Forest. In the heart of Blusterwood Forest, where clouds floated upside down and birds wore monocles just for style, lived a creature of pure peculiarity, Zybec. Shaped like a slightly squished marshmallow, with 4 tentacles that never quite knew what they were doing, and eyes that sparkled like starlight on soda pop, Zybec was the proud self-declared wiggle warden of wobbleweeds, which meant nothing really, except that he liked to jiggle when the wind blew. One fine wibbly Wednesday, a human child named Petunia Blotterbell wandered into Blusterwood while chasing a butterfly that looked suspiciously like it was wearing slippers. Petunia had the most expressive eyebrows in all of Whiffleton, eyebrows so animated they could tell a story better than most theater troupes. When she tripped over a giggling root and landed snout first in a patch of sneezing daisies, Zybec bounced out from behind a tree, humming a tune that made the mushrooms tap dance. Their meeting was instant magic. "Hello, strange squishy forest being," Petunia said, brushing daisies off her nose. "Hello, fuzzy-browed wonder sprite," Zybec replied, wrapping 2 tentacles into a makeshift bow. "Would you care for a buttered bark sandwich?" From that moment, a friendship blossomed like an accordion cactus at a yodeling competition. Zybec quickly introduced Petunia to the delightfully odd world of Blusterwood. Trees that whispered snack recipes, brooks that told jokes only frogs could understand, and a field of emotional grass that changed color based on your mood. Petunia stepped on a patch that turned purple. It meant mildly bewildered, but open to suggestions. Soon, talk turned to the legendary treasure of Blusterwood, the laughing leaf, a golden leaf said to bring eternal happiness to those purer of heart and ticklish of toes. But not all who heard the tale had noble intentions. Enter Dunder Crumplequack. Dunder, the forest's most unfortunate villain, wore a cape made of sticky notes and shoes that squawked with every step. He wasn't evil, exactly, just terribly misinformed, mildly selfish, and profoundly clumsy. Upon hearing about the laughing leaf, he bellowed, "I shall claim it for me to use as a coaster for my royal teacup," and then promptly stepped on a squeaky mushroom that launched him into a mud puddle. Zybec and Petunia knew they had to be Dunder to the treasure, not just to keep it safe, but to ensure Blusterwood remained a place of joy, not soggy teacups. And so, the adventure began. Their first obstacle was the giggling river, which erupted into fits of laughter whenever anyone tried to cross it. Petunia tiptoed over rocks, while Zybec used his tentacles like stilts. But halfway across, Dunder appeared on a canoe made of noodles. Every time he paddled, the river let out a snort so powerful, it sent him spinning in circles. "Stop laughing at me," he yelled. The river giggled louder. Next, they entered the forest of whispers, where trees only gave cryptic advice. One murmured, "The leaf you seek grows where the wind wears shoes." Another advised, "Follow the frowniest mushroom." Zybec took notes, though most of them simply read, "Tree confusing. Might be hungry." They pressed on, joined by new forest friends. A shy glowworm named Geraldine, a bouncing potato creature called Spudrick, and a moody talking log who only offered commentary like, "Well, that's not going to end well." They came upon a giant marshmallow creature guarding a squishy valley, demanding riddles before granting passage. Petunia thought hard and answered with a poem her grandmother once recited about jelly beans and rain. The marshmallow blinked twice, sneezed powdered sugar, and rolled away contentedly. Meanwhile, Dunder was stuck in a tree after mistaking it for a disguised elevator. Finally, beneath a tree shaped like a spoon and wearing mossy socks, they discovered the golden laughing leaf, gently glowing atop a pedestal of snoring daisies. As Petunia reached for it, Dunder came crashing through a nearby bush, covered in burrs and suspiciously glittery. "Ah! You thought you could outwit me?" he cried, stepping forward. But Petunia had a plan. She raised one eyebrow, then the other, then both. Her eyebrows wiggled, danced, twisted into symbols no human should be capable of. Dunder stared, entranced, completely bewildered. "What are they doing?" he gasped. "Interpretive distraction," Petunia replied. While Dunder was hypnotized, Zibic tiptoed past, making a surprisingly convincing goose honk with each step, grabbed the laughing leaf, and plopped it into his satchel. Just then, the pedestal let out a huge burp, and sparkles filled the air. Blusterwood erupted in laughter. From treetops to turnips, the forest howled with joy. Flowers applauded, owls giggled. Even the log muttered, "Well, I'll admit, that was impressive." Dunder, now tangled in a vine that somehow spelled "nice try," was gently escorted out by a pair of humming butterflies. With the laughing leaf safe once more, joy rippled through the land. Colors brightened. The burping grass burped in harmony. Even the clouds up above began to smile. Petunia and Zibic sat beneath their favorite whispering tree, munching on barkberry muffins and watching stars blink to life. "You know," Zibic said thoughtfully, "I think your eyebrows might have superpower." Petunia grinned. "Only on Thursdays." They laughed. And as the moon rose, round and slightly wobbly like a scoop of mashed potatoes, the friends promised to protect the magic of Blusterwood and each other forever. And somewhere in the distance, a mushroom sneezed. The end. Weiss.